Well, you mentioned Valentine's Day, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that you have been married for 47 years. So we want to get your advice. All the fellas out there, what can they do on this Valentine's Day to impress their ladies?
Come and see the show. I will discuss marriage. It's going to make your life better if you just follow my instructions. Because somewhere in our lives as males, somewhere meaning when did it start, that we began, the males, to get these personal messages of how we would be the head of the house and how we would be in charge of things because we have put ourselves in charge. When they see the show, they'll all agree that if they do what I tell them, it's going to be a great marriage.
And you can speak from experience.
47. January 25th was 47.
Well, congratulations.
Well, here's what I did. She didn't know where she was going. I flew her into an airport. We got in a van. She knew where she was. We got in a van, and we drove to this wonderful, wonderful restaurant in Washington, D.C. When she walked into the restaurant, I mean, there are other people there. I didn't buy out the restaurant. We were table 14 people, and her mother is there along with her sister and some very, very close friends of ours. Meaning people she likes. So she sat down and she greeted everyone, and she's very, very happy. And then the maitre d' came to me and buzzed in my ear. I got up and I walked to the back and I received this mystery guest. And I walked the mystery guest up, and the mystery guest was behind her, and all of the guests at the table looked. They didn't know what was going on. And her mother looked up and said, "Camille, look who's here." And Camille looked, said, "Over your left shoulder." And she said, "Father Deanda." And he was the priest who married us. She stood up and she said, "This is Father Deanda. He's the priest who married us 47 years ago today." And he was smiling, and then it was interesting because Father Deanda looked, and I think he said, he may have said, "Yes, Camille, congratulations," but I think the most important thing to him at the moment, I mean, yes, he knew, and he was happy to do this because the church is right outside. It's in Washington, D.C. He works a parish that is predominantly black. And but he said, "Yes, you and your mother, you always showed up 5 minutes before Mass." So that was something that really clicked to him. The waiters, the fellow who puts the bread on the plate, the bus boys, the water, all of these guys were coming up to me, darn near crying, and saying, "That was fantastic. That was wonderful to have the priest." I mean, I had no idea how it was going to move people like that. I just knew that it would be wonderful for him to see the two of us through all of the channels that he mentions when he lectured us some 48 years ago about marriage. And here we are. And his assistant was wonderful. We took pictures, and then he left. And then he held up 3 fingers to me. And that's our signal that on our 50th, he will be there. Not to redo vows. She says I've already done that once, and no sense in repeating it, which is not her style, talking to me.
Well, I got to say, Mr. Cosby, after hearing that story, though, my wife is going to hear that story, and she's going to expect big things of me, and I don't think I can live up to something as creative.
Stop it. I am the best present giver in our family. Daughters and wife in the family. I give better presents because I think. And I don't think, well, she has everything. everything, because she doesn't have everything. And even if she has everything, something may go with the everything. So there's no need to give anybody dumb mug, world's greatest husband, world's greatest wife. No. T-shirts that are tie-dyed, saying Dad is great.
Yeah.
No. Think, and after a while, you think in terms of how can I really just knock her shoes off? And, of course, all of the presents have always been great surprises to her. Now, on the other hand, she's a woman, and sometimes they give you presents like a Trojan horse. She's really giving herself a present.
Yeah.
You want to know what my anniversary present was?
What's that?
From her?
Your 47th anniversary present, what was it?
Her wedding dress. Her wedding dress put up on a stand, filled out, museum mounted, and then a handmade case with it on the stand and glass so that you can see through it, not through the dress, through the glass. And that was my present. Now, you figure what I'm going to do with that, but that's my present. And I was in a room when she was discussing this with a friend, and it was very interesting because I wanted to know how she could tell somebody that for our 47th anniversary, she gave me her wedding dress that her mother found in a chest and gave to her, and she decided to have it mounted for me.
How did she play that off?
It didn't, I'd give her a C minus because she kept saying it's for Bill, and I gave Bill, and then she was describing it to her female friend. It really was her dress, and she found a way to do it. But the thought, deep down, only another woman will be able to describe that. But I love her very, very much, and maybe some women can say, well, you brought the priest over, that was for the two of you. And I'd say, well, it was a reminder. But I will tell you that those men waiting on us and serving us, they were darn near crying about the fact that 47 years ago, and we brought the priest.
Yeah.
I brought the priest in. But I don't know how many women are almost crying because I have as a present to me her wedding dress.
Well, Mr. Cosby, we thank you very much for talking to us this afternoon. We're looking forward to the 2 shows at Boston Symphony Hall this Saturday. I got one more question for you. I see that you have a Twitter account. Is that really you going on the computer, logging in, and posting some thoughts on Twitter?
The most difficult thing about this is that how do I know it's you? And I can't prove it. It's very difficult. I can say to you, yes.
Yeah.
That's me. That's exactly what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I said. And that's what I posted. But then, look at how complex this game is. So if I said to you, okay, you Twitter me, I Twitter you, how do I know that's you? Unless we both get on the phone.
Yeah, so is that you?
Then it gets to be a different thing.
And if you're on the phone, why Twitter?
Well, exactly. But then, it's better, far, far, far better than the fan mail service because I can really do this now.
Yeah.
And I like this a lot better. So, but I do want the fans to know it's all right. Come on out of the house now. And I think that most people, if they're looking for still a beautiful present and you couldn't get out of the house for whatever reason for Valentine's Day, you get out and you pick up 2 tickets and you say, okay, hubby, let's go.
And they can be entertained, and they can also, as you've pointed out during this interview, they can learn some things. Everybody can learn some things.
They are going to laugh too hard because I aim to hurt their faces. Plenty of tickets available, folks. Come on.
It's going to be this Saturday, Dr. Bill Cosby, Boston Symphony Hall. Dr. Bill Cosby, it's been an honor. I look forward to seeing you this Saturday.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.